Okay, today we're going to be cooking with some squash straight out of our garden. I like to harvest the squash when it's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit softer in texture. Okay, we're going to lay down our cutting board, bring our squash over. You can see we've got some blossom end rot, which is not uncommon for, your first squash of the season. Okay, we're going to cut it in half here, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scoop out the seeds and give them to my chickens. The seeds are edible, especially when they're this young, but the chickens just enjoy them so much that I'm just going to save them for them. Okay, with the seeds taken out, we're going to cut out that end rot. Just give that to the chickens. We're also going to trim the tops off here. So there are a couple of different ways to do this. I'm going to leave them in long slices because this is a little bit more rustic. Here they are, all nice and sliced up. Now we're going to move over to getting our rice started. So I'm going to go down with some olive oil here. So I'm going to add my long grain white rice, and it's already been rinsed off. And then this is just a chicken bouillon cube. I normally do 1 cube per cup of rice. And then just add some salt to whatever flavor level you want. Just give it a good stir. And now what we're trying to do is brown up the rice a little bit. So you see me spread it out here. Now I'm just crunching up that bouillon cube so it can get absorbed a little bit better. So I like to brown the rice until it starts to stick to the pan just a little bit, and then I'll actually scrape it off. And this gives the rice a really nice texture when it's all done. Then we just add in our water. And we're going to even it all out, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom still. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and throw our lid on, and we'll bring it up to a boil. And then once it starts boiling, bring the temperature down as low as you can get it. Okay, now we're just cutting up some onions. So I'm just taking the peels off here, giving them to the chickens. And again, you can dice these up, but I like leaving them in longer slices. That way it just seems a little bit more rustic. Our rice is nice and boiling now, so we'll go ahead and turn the temperature down. So for our main dish here, we're going to get started with some ground beef. We're just breaking it up into some more bite-sized pieces here. So before we add the vegetables, we're going to go ahead and throw some salt on there. This will really layer the flavors. We'll go ahead and throw in our onions and squash. Put them here up top. For the first little bit, they're actually going to be simmering. Okay, then we're going to throw a lid on. And what this will do is it'll make it sweat a little bit so that when it comes time to add more of the seasoning, I've got some cayenne pepper here, it'll be able to adhere better to the vegetables. Okay, then once that is cooked for a while, you can see all the juices that have come out of the squash, the onions, and the beef, and it's really come together quite nice. So we're going to throw on some ground pepper. And we're going to continue cooking with the lid off so that it reduces a little bit more. You can see our onions are nice and soft, our squash is nice and soft, and it's absorbed a lot of the fat, so it's nice and buttery. Now we're plating up our rice. Here we are plating up our meat and veg. Then I like to add some fresh tomato just for some variety, and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. This meal is an excellent way to use the squash out of your garden. Super warming and delicious.